Thank you for watching this. Please take time to like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And we move. Move! Okay, so especially my people in the UK, I'm sure you've heard of Lin Mei. Is it Lin Mei? However you pronounce her name. Sorry if I've pronounced it wrong.
A lot of people messaged me and they said, yeah, but he's a one-off. There's hardly anyone, unless they're on road or in the entertainment industry, there's hardly any successful black men.
Anyway, when I first come across Lin Mei, I can't lie, I wasn't a fan. I don't know why I'm sounding like loons. And I wasn't a fan because I felt like she was too wrong and too strong. I felt like she said a lot of things that I didn't agree with, and she spoke about it proudly. So I can't lie, she's grown up. Lin Mei's grown me a lot, and I'm actually quite a fan now. And it's for two reasons. One, she's been very, very consistent in her belief in it. Whether someone is wrong or not, I respect a person that's consistent because at least I know where you stand. Secondly, after watching quite a fair bit of her content, especially her stuff on Link Up TV, I genuinely believe she means well. When Lin Mei speaks, I don't think she's being spiteful. I don't think she's being rude. I don't think she's being belittling. I genuinely believe Lin Mei wants to see. She often uses the term our community, and in my eyes, I think she's just talking about black people. As I'm saying, when she speaks, I genuinely believe she means well for black people, and she wants better for black people. Now, it doesn't always sound like that. Her angle is an angle that is not popular amongst black people, but I actually think, one, I actually think she speaks a lot of validity at times, and two, as I said, I genuinely believe she means well.
Oftentimes in our community, so when I say our community, I say like for the culture, people that may come from certain areas or come from certain ethnicities, they feel that there's only one route to success.
I agree with her to an extent. I do believe we piggyback off a lot of each other's ideas, but I think she's missing the most important and a very, very key element. And I think that element is exposure. So I think it's very, very easy. And we see white people do this all the time without any real regard. I think it's very, very easy to criticize black people for always doing the same thing or repeating the same cycles. I think it's very, very easy to criticize people for not thinking outside the box. But if you never knew you were in a box, how are you going to think outside of it? I believe if we want to see our community grow, if we want to see black people do better, if we want to see black people develop, then it's every single black person's... Hey, yo! Hey, shut the fuck up, boy! If we want to see black people as a whole grow and do better, there's a lot of things that we have to do, don't get it twisted. But I think one of our very first steps is every black person's duty to do more, and then in doing more, you have to show people younger than you that there is more. Older generations, is your job to show us a path. Young, like people like my age, young adults, whatever you want to say, it's our job to extend this path, and then it's then our job to lead the younger generation for them to go further. I think through social media and actually through Lin Mei's work, I think we're seeing more of this. We're becoming more exposed to black people that are doing really good things in this world that maybe you never would have heard of. Lin Mei has interviewed a number of people. The guys that own the jewelry store, the man that has his own studios and camera company. I know the names, but I'm scared I'm going to butcher them. So I don't. But I think content like that is helping black people know that there is a world bigger than the ones that we just see initially in front of us. These people that are doing well, they can only reach down so far, innit? Don't get it twisted. So I think the reason why I say it's everyone's job is because we're all physically accessible to someone. Or the people that we can access, the people that we can help, it's our job to make sure we bring them up, that we show them there's more, that we expose them to more. What's the famous saying, each one teach one, or something along those lines? I've heard some people say when you climb the elevator of success, remember to send it back down, that sort of thing. Now, Lin Mei often talks about how we see a lot of successful people in sports and a lot of successful people in entertainment, and we need to see more people, successful people outside of that. And I agree. I don't want to belittle the entertainers or just athletes, because what they're doing is key as well. There are those people that are behind the scenes that are doing great things, and we need to expose ourselves. And we need to also champion these people the same way we champion the people at the front. So for me, I know I've got a friend called Janelle. Janelle works in the BBC. Shout out you, Janelle. Pew, pew, pew. I've got a friend called Indira. I don't even know what country this girl's in right now, but I know she's a sick poet, sick historian, really knows her stuff. I've got my friend Chibs, who is a music editor, and I think director. Is director the right word? But definitely a music editor at Guap Magazine. Even Guap Magazine itself is Gaucho World, owned by a guy I call Drippy Dean, innit? Gaucho World's a magazine, again, doing sick things. Gabriel Moses, the videographer / director, sorry if I butchered your job title, again, doing sick things, doing sick shoots. Man just shot Skepta and Little Sims not that long ago, if I'm correct. Even my brother-in-law, shout out you, classic man, got a big job in finance somewhere, where he's also got his own pocket square and like formal wear small business. I'm gonna put Sully Breaks, shout out my older Sully Breaks. If this makes it to the group chat, then I've done my job. And even that group chat has bare sick people. Liam Bakes, household name, UK icon, and if he isn't one yet, he's about to be one. These are just a couple names I can proudly mention off the bat, and I'm privileged to know such people, you feel me? RST! Hey, I ain't forgot about RST agency, fam. Hey, shout out RST. But yeah, man, I've heard the quote, exposure is expansion, innit? And if we want our community to grow, I think as black people, we have to be brave enough to try and infiltrate and disrupt certain establishments, certain industries. We have to be brave enough to do it. And then when we see someone doing something, we have to be supportive of it. Obviously, I'm talking about good work here. Don't come and don't do nonsense and then say no one's supporting me. The reason why no one's supporting you is because you're pushing out smack. When you see people doing well, when you see people have got a vision and they're consistent with it and they're working hard, show love, fam. Show love. We are the minority in these Western countries. I can only really speak for England and America because those are the two countries I've been in most. But if we want to help each other grow, we have to each one teach one, innit? We have to go as far as we can, and then we can't be the pinnacle. You feel me? We always got to keep building on the foundation doesn't stop. We got to keep growing. I see Lin Mei do this in her own content as well. At the end of all of her interviews, the ones on Link Up TV anyway, she asks those that have come on, will you be willing to shadow someone? I mean, would you be willing to take a young person like under your wing and so they can shadow you for like a week? And I think all of that stuff is essential and important. And I think big up Lin Mei, and she deserves a lot of credit for that. Yeah, man, exposure is expansion, fam. And I do think black people were very critical of each other, and I think we need to be more forgiving of each other at times. And part of that is realizing that at the end of the day, we only got each other, innit? Don't get twisted, there's plenty of good white people and people of other cultures and races that are willing to help us. But as a whole, we have to be willing to help ourselves and know that no one is really going to have us like we have ourselves, innit? And that's the most important thing.
I just want to say, man, today is my boy birthday, so
man.
wish you happy birthday.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah. You know the vibe, man.
And we know the vibes. We out here, man. Peace, love, bird game.